Cost volume analysis is pretty easy if you happen to know the volume of the future facility you're trying to locate. You can see that in this scenario. Global freightways must prepare for hurricane season in North America by contracting for bad weather storage of aircraft that would otherwise be on the ground at one of its freight depots in the hurricane's path. Okay, so we're trying to pick a place for bad weather storage. Each airport outside of hurricane-prone areas requires an annual fixed rental fee be paid in advance. Okay, interesting. Fixed rental fee to allow emergency parking of aircraft at their facility, plus the airport charges for each plane using its runway to land and depart again. Global has identified 3 promising airports for bad weather storage. Oh, back out for a moment. Cost volume analysis, regardless of the level of difficulty, always starts with a set of candidate locations. And you can see that in this particular scenario. There are 3 airports: Buffalo, Cleveland, and Chicago Midway. In each case, there is an upfront fixed cost. We'd have to pay this annually regardless of whether we parked any airplanes there. But there is also a variable cost for the, unscheduled runway use. Now, that's not the only information. See how it continues? If Global believes it will relocate a total of 30 aircraft into bad weather storage during this year's upcoming hurricane season, which airport should it contract with? There's the volume. All of this here was information about cost. It's called cost volume analysis, and in this particular scenario we have all the information about cost, and we also happen to have the volume. They believe that they will be relocating a total of 30 aircraft. Where should we? Our only job is to pick one of the 3 candidates. How do we do that? It's really not a formula or anything. It's just kind of rational common sense. Of the 3 locations at that level of volume, which one would be the least expensive? Okay, well that's going to require some scratch work because we want to test each location. There are 3 of them. If we decided to set up the bad weather storage at the Buffalo Niagara Falls International Airport, let me think, we would pay a total of $90,000 each month in fixed costs, right? Plus, we would pay $1,400 for each unscheduled use of the runway for arrival and then takeoff again. And wait a minute, we happen to know that we believe that will happen, 30 times. So we're just tallying up the relevant cost. We're tallying up the relevant cost to reveal that if we were to locate bad weather storage at the Buffalo Airport, that the annual cost would be about $132,000. Oh, all right. Now, wait a minute. As compared to Cleveland. Cleveland, the upfront fixed cost is not as high. They would charge $60,000. But they want more for each unscheduled interruption to their plans. $2,000 per plane runway usage. Okay, so $60,000 plus 2,000 times 30, I get 120. Oh, a total annual cost of $120,000 at Cleveland Hopkins Airport. Now, I'm not sure yet where they should locate, but I already know that they would prefer Cleveland to Buffalo because the cost is lower. I can't answer the question. I can't finish the scenario. I can't make the decision until I have done this estimation for each one of the candidates. There's only one other one. Let's see if Chicago comes in with a better cost. Chicago Midway, very low, now that's attractive, upfront cost. We have to pay flat 20,000 for the arrangement. Unfortunately, very, very busy airport, very steep variable cost, 5,000 for each plane that we do relocate, times the same 30 planes that we estimate. Oh, they've priced themselves out of this particular scenario. Oh, all right, now the question had asked, where should they locate, given they think that there'll be 30 planes relocated? You're just looking for the lowest cost. And that's Cleveland. All right, that's the lowest number there. So look for the lowest cost and make your conclusion. Global should choose Cleveland. Cleveland, or CLE for bad weather storage. In general, if you know the volume, you cost out each one of the candidates, and logically, the candidate with the lowest cost wins.